Episode 332 of Bucco Bantr. Today we are Dahn On The Farm. We will discuss everything in the affiliates in the Pirates organization, and then we're joined by Zander Mueth, the right-handed pitching prospect for the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're listening to the Bucco Bantr podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Or the steak by the plates, and in case after case, run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Welcome back to another episode of Bucco Bantr, and we're going down on the farm this weekend. We had some rehab assignments kicking off. We had some guys coming back. We had some promotions. Got some stuff to talk about. We also got some more wins at the affiliates. That's good to see.
More wins. Always fun to talk about. Producer Jay no longer has to be miserable in Altoona for now.
10 games over 500. 10 games. It's
just 10 games. It's a long season. Really early. You can't lose them all. You really can't lose them all. But you mentioned some rehab assignments. Let's get started there because two big ones. It's got Jared Triolo and Jared Jones, the pitcher. We're used to talking about Jared Jones, the hitter from LSU on Down on the Farm. Jared Jones, the right-handed pitcher that went internal brace surgery, is going to debut this year in Bradenton for his rehab assignment on Wednesday. It'll be interesting to see how they bring him along, Scott.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely be tuning into that if we can. I'm sure he's going to go a couple innings at a time, slow his way into it. And interested to see how he comes out of the gate. He looked good on the backfields when we saw him down in Pirate City. So this will be his first game action.
Nothing to rush here. I know people are concerned about Carmen, and I just don't think Jared's going to be that much of a contributing starting pitcher this year. I think he will contribute in some manner and hopefully a significant manner if this team is still competitive later down the year, but gotta trust the process. All right. And just a little fact check, because we always like to be accurate here on Bucco Bantr. The Altoona Curve are 12 games back, not 10.
No, 10 games under 500, but 12 games
back. They're 12 games under 500. Yeah. You know what? They're bad. The record is bad right now. We'll leave it at that. Okay, and Jay will keep us updated along the way. But, hey, Monday, Mitch Jebb was promoted to AAA Indy. Tuesday, injury delay for Owen Kellington. He was removed from a game. And then Friday, Scott's favorite player in the entire organization, Alessandro Ercolani, begins his rehab assignment in Bradenton. Scott, why don't you bring us through the rest here?
Yeah, we got right-handed pitcher Yonle Gaetano. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation there, but he is another under-the-radar arm. He was assigned to Bradenton from the complex. I think he pitched later this week. Jake Shirk made his way to Altoona to the Curve because he wanted to spend some time with Jay's staff. Friend of the show, Jake Shirk. Right-handed pitcher Trayson Peters, a guy that got to talk to in the backfields briefly. He was just standing behind one of the fields. Really nice kid. Undrafted guy from Western Kentucky, I believe. And Adolfo Oviedo, another right-handed arm, were promoted to Greensboro from Bradenton. Then Jared Triolo began his rehab assignment in Bradenton also this weekend. And then also Sunday, catcher Richard Ramirez activated off the IL for Bradenton. This is a guy that hit the ball hard last year in Bradenton, started the season on the IL. He is back. So that is it in terms of news down on the farm. Let's get into the game recaps, Adam.
Indianapolis, they are 10-17 right now, and they face the St. Paul Saints. For those of you that are not familiar with minor league baseball and are just tuning in or trying to get more familiar with the Pirates organization, these minor league teams play one team per week. All right. So you're usually going to get a Tuesday through Sunday with a Monday off day. So, hey, the more you know here. The Indians were at home. They played the St. Paul Saints this week, the AAA affiliate for the Twins. Tomorrow on the week was 3 for 13 with 1 run, a double, 2 RBIs, a walk, and 3 Ks. As Merlin, 5 for 22, 2 runs, with a double, 5 RBIs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. And then Tyler Callahan, the acquisition from the Reds for Kyle Nicholas in spring training, went 4 for 23, 4 runs, a home run, 3 RBIs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Tuesday, they won 7-5. Jose Urquidy went 3 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks, gave up a home run. Nick Samillo and Rafael Flores Jr. each hit their second AAA home runs of the season. And then Mitch Jebb made his AAA debut. He went over 3 with a walk, and he started in center field. He also this week, I think he hit his first home run since July 6th of 2024 per producer Jay. So that's listen, it can only go up from here. The
I'll tell
power
you what,
numbers are going to increase.
I bet you that the clubhouse, the vibes went up with DJ Jeb for sure.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. We got to get an update from DJ Jeb in Indianapolis, Circle City. Wednesday, 12-0 win. Hunter Barker went 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Love to see it. As Merlin Valdez, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 walks. Termarr Johnson, 3 for 5 with a double. Thursday, 6-1 W. Chris Davinsky was the opener, went 1 inning, no hits, 2 Ks. Antoine Kelly, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Love that. Brandon Bedois, 1 inning, no hits, 2 Ks. Bounce back there. And then Mitch Jep, 4 for 5 with a double, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. Friday, 4-3 W. Thomas Harrington, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned, 3 walks, 7 Ks, 2 home runs. Tyler Callahan hit his second on the year. And then as Merlin Valdez went 2 for 4 with a double. Saturday, 4-0 L. Mitch Jeb went 2 for 4. He's gotten off to a hot start in AAA. Sunday, 3-1 L. Jose Urquidy went again, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks. And then Michael Darrell Hicks, 1 inning, no hits, 3 strikeouts. He's got a 1.86 ERA in Circle City.
I like his stuff. It moves quite a bit. We saw him a little bit down in Brandon. So
and real quick, Mitch Jeb slugging 850 in Indy.
Oh, Mitch Jeb, power hitter,
slugging 850. Crazy.
Altoona played the Harrisburg Senators this week, AA affiliate to the Nationals. Altoona's 5-15, baby. Don't give up on the dream, Jay. Deuce Gorson went 4 for 14 with a double and an RBI. Callum Moss went 5 for 15 with 2 doubles and RBI this week. Omar Alfonso and Jack Brannigan each contributed with some doubles. Some slug this week, but 3 for 15 and 4 for 24, respectively. A lot of Ks by Jack this week. Tuesday, 5-4 L. Connor Whitgriff on the mound. 3 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 4 walks, 1 K. Jaden Woods continues to stay hot. 1 1/3, no hits, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Or Noah Wright wrote about him this week. He's a guy that's been a positive for the Altoona Curve. Titus Dimitru, 2 for 4 with his 3rd homer and 2 RBIs. Still hit 184, but he's got 3 home runs already in Altoona. Will Taylor went 1 for 2 with his first homer. He finally left the yard, 1 RBI. Wednesday, 6-1 dub. Peyton Stumbo, friend of the show, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Deuce Gorson, 3 for 4 with a double, 3 stolen bags. He's got 7 already in Altoona. While Titus Dimitru went yard again for his 4th of the season. Thursday, we've got an 11-2 dub. They put up double digits on the Senators. Will Taylor, 3 for 5 with his 2nd homer, 2 RBIs. Kiter Delgado, 2 for 4, hit his first AA homer, 5 RBIs. Javi Rivas, 2 for 4 with his 2nd homer, 1 RBI. And then Friday, we got a 12-6 loss. Dominic Parachi looked good, though. 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned, 4 Ks. He's got a 2.70 ERA. Callum Moss went 2 for 4 with a double. And Sean Ross hit his 4th homer. Sean Ross definitely has some pop in that bat. Saturday was postponed. I think it's going to be made up in mid-May. But Sunday, we got Christian Curtis. 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned, 1 walk, 10 Ks. 10 Ks, fellas. Give up 2 homers. Those were the runs there. But Callum Moss, also the very good friend of the show. 3 for 4 with a double. He's at 266 so far. That's what's happening down in Toontown this weekend.
Go to Greensboro. The Grasshoppers are 12-9 versus the Rome Emperors, the high A affiliate for the Braves. A lot of good guys this week, Scott. A lot of good guys. Wyatt Sanford, 7 for 22 with 2 runs, a double, a home run, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, 2 stolen bags. Oxiel Plaza went 9 for 21, 2 runs with a double, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Tony Blanco Jr., 3 for 13 with 5 Ks. Easton Carmichael, 6 for 18, 1 run, a home run, and 3 RBIs. And then Lonnie White Jr., love to see this, 6 for 19, 7 runs, 3 homers, 5 RBIs, 7 walks, only 3 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bags. Finished the week hitting .307. Tuesday, 15-6 L. Castillo went 2 1/3, 6 hits, 6 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks, gave up 4 home runs. Wyatt Sanford went 4 for 5 with his 5th home run on the year and his 7th stolen base. 111 mile per hour single. Hardest hit ball in Bradenton was 106. We talked to Wyatt about him bulking up and putting a little bit more power into his approach. And so far, so good. Lonnie White Jr. went 2 for 4 with a home run, is 5th on the year, 2 RBIs with a stolen bag. And then Easton Carmichael went 3 for 3 with his second home run. Wednesday, 9-5 L. Oxio Plaza went 4 for 5 with a double and an RBI. Thursday, 13-6 W. Oxio Plaza 4 for 5. Again, 2 RBIs. Lonnie White Jr. 3 for 5 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Sammy Stafora, he's back in Greensboro, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Good for Sammy. And then Polanco and Severino each homered for the 3rd time this year. Friday, 11-3 L. Carlson Reed, 3 innings, 5 hits, 7 earned, 4 walks, 4 Ks, gave up 1 home run. Matt Ager, 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 6 Ks. And then Oxio Plaza hit his 3rd home run on the year. Saturday was postponed. And then Sunday, 4-0 L. Jared Jones from LSU, the hitter, is hitting 274. And Easton Carmichael, 286, collected 2 hits on the day. And then Sunday in game 2, 6-4 L. Brian Mena went 4 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. And then Jared Jones, the hitter, 2 for 4 with his first bomb on the year and 1 RBI. That brings us to the Bradenton Marauders. Scott.
Yeah, they were in Clearwater playing the Threshers, Philly's low A affiliate. Murph Gray this week went 5 for 19, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. He's at 351. Edward Florentino, it's just a matter of time before he gets to Greensboro. 5 for 16, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. He's at 318. I could see Lonnie going Altoona and Florentino going to Greensboro very, very soon. Maybe even as soon as this Monday, right? I believe, Jay's been asking me, is he still rehabbing? I believe so. I think that rehab assignment is about up. I haven't seen a timeline on that, but you'd have to think that he's moving very soon. Tuesday, 7-5 loss. Jeter Martinez went 3 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned, 4 walks, 5 Ks. Noah Murdoch pitched a scoreless 1 1/3 innings. Florentino went 1 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs. Murph Gray, 2 for 4 with a double, hit that double to 114.3 miles an hour. Just absolute insane bat speed and pop off that bat. Wednesday, Clavari Tejada. They've got a lot of young arms that are very interesting. Carlos Castillo, Clavari Tejada, Adolfo Oviedo. Tejada went 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned, no walks, 5 Ks. He's got a 1.93 ERA to start the season, Bradenton. Florentino hit his first homer, had 1 RBI on Wednesday in the 5-3 loss. Thursday, the Zander Mueth went 3 2/3, 1 hit, 2 earned, 4 walks, 1 K. Florentino hit another homer and a double, went 2 for 4 with an RBI. Eddie King Jr. has been hot. This is a guy, he's older. I could see him going to Greensboro at some point. 2 for 5 with his first homer, 1 RBI. He's at 305. Dylan Palmer, a guy we've had on the show. He's a smaller guy from Hofstra, has a lot of speed. Had his 8th stolen base of the season. He's batting leadoff for the Marauders. Had a double and 3 RBIs. He's hitting 244 as of Thursday. And then Friday, Seth Hernandez, 11 whiffs on 25 swings. He went 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 2 walks, 9 Ks. He's got a .53 ERA. Just toying with guys every game he pitches in Bradenton. Right now, they got a 6-man rotation. Are they going to make him pitch on shorter rest? Maybe bring him in for a 5-day rest outing here shortly, and before they move him up to Greensboro. I saw that possibly put out there today before he gets moved up. I think that's something to look forward to. Urkelani had his first rehab outing, 2 innings, no hits, 2 Ks. Noah Murdoch went 1 inning, no hits, 2 Ks. And Jared Trillo went 0 for 3 with a stolen bag in his first rehab outing. Eddie King Jr. went 1 for 3 with his second homer, 1 RBI. Saturday, Reynold Navarro came in a piggyback situation. 3 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Looked good, limited the walks. Eddie Reinders went 1 for 4 with a double and 1 RBI. And then today in a 6-3 double, Levi Sterling had his stuff. 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned, no walks, 9 Ks. No walks, 9 Ks across 5 innings. Love that from Levi. Noah Murdoch went 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 K. I want to highlight Draven Ziegler. Draven Ziegler is a guy that we had on the show, undrafted guy from LSU Shreveport. He's been the closer for the Marauders and been locked down. All right. 1 inning, no hits, 1 K. He's got a .93 ERA, 4 saves so far in Bradenton to start the year. Dylan Palmer went 2 for 5 with a triple, his 11th stolen bag. He's at 263 now. And Jared Trill went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. That is it for your Marauders. And there's a lot of guys in the complex, a lot of guys from the DSL that could come up at some point this year. A lot of interesting names here at the lower levels.
Really happy for Levi Sterling. That 0 walks like you mentioned, is huge because that's been his one issue. You know, the kid can pump it up a little bit, and he's got a great fastball, but the walks and the control have been an issue. Also, Seth has only allowed 10 base runners all year. All year.
Just want to laugh at that point.
I mean, my God, they got a dog in Seth Hernandez. Let's go into the hitter and pitcher of the week, and then we'll talk about the top 15 Pirates prospects per Just Baseball, and we'll bring in producer Jay to talk a little bit about that, as he was an integral part of creating that list. Our hitter of the week. We're going to do this now. We're not just doing a minor league player of the week. We're doing a hitter and a pitcher. Okay. The hitter of the week, maybe for the first time ever, Scott, correct me if I'm wrong. Lonnie White Jr.
I think so.
19, 7 runs, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, 7 walks, only 3 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bags. He's hitting 307. Talk about somebody who really needed a hot start, who's just dealt with injuries his entire professional career, has all the talent in the world. And now he is finally thriving. Lonnie White Jr. is our hitter of the week for the minor leagues.
Yeah, I love that for Lonnie, man. We've highlighted him a lot this week, and he's definitely earned it. Our pitcher of the week, third time being mentioned as a player of the week this year so far in the early beginning of the season. Seth Hernandez, 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 2 walks, 9 Ks, 11 whiffs on 25 swings. I mean, this stuff has just been plus. I think I've said it before. I'm comfortable saying that he's probably the top prospect arm in all of baseball. I think the stuff is that dominant, and I think he can move very quickly as a 19-year-old arm in professional baseball already. So Seth Hernandez, Lonnie White Jr., what a week. Let's bring in Jay to talk about the top 15 prospects for the Just Baseball that just dropped. I know you had a role in putting that together. First initial takeaways, thoughts. Let's go.
Arm and I, we differ from the industry a lot on this list, and that's like one of the bigger takeaways I had. If you want to just dive right into it, I'm game to just start shooting notes I have on these guys. We were the highest in the industry on Christian Curtis at number 6 overall, putting him above Hunter Barco and a couple other arms that have debuted in the big leagues, which should be a huge takeaway. Also, notable takeaway on Christian Curtis is that he was one of the few pitchers that Just Baseball has given a 70 future value to their fastball. I think there's only like 4 guys in the top 100 even that have gotten a mark like that. We were the only industry to mention Brandon Boudoir in the top prospects list, and he's above like guys like Tamar Johnson and other names like that. The rest of the industry is pretty high on that. We ended up being kind of lower on because of some of the data we didn't like there. Let me see what else I've got over here. We were a lot higher on Murph Gray than Baseball America, 14 spots higher on Murph Gray than Baseball America. And then Rafael Flores came in at 15 on our list, and that was a big difference from the rest of the industry. He was 10, or we were 10 off his BA ranking and 6 off pipeline ranking. So there's some quick notes for you guys on that list right there.
I love it. A friend of mine texted me today asking my thoughts, who's in the industry, asking my thoughts on Murph Gray because he was going to go see him today. He's down in Florida. And I was just like, I'm comfortable putting him in the top 10 in this system, especially with Connor graduating sooner rather than later, right? I think Murph Gray, 114-mile-an-hour double this week. I mean, the ball jumps off his bat. I think they got a steal last year in the draft with him. And Jay, you and I were talking back and forth about this list a little bit, and you were mentioning maybe some like questions on where to put Florentino and Seth, like who's in front of the other. I think you guys made the right decision. I think also, without talking negatively about either of them, like Florentino, I could be a top 15 prospect in all of baseball by the end of this season. I think that's right. I think that's something that could happen, or beginning of next season, right? Like I think that's in his future. But when I look at long-term outlook for Edward Florentino, he could play center field, but like long-term, probably a corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Corner.
Yeah, for sure.
I know he's played some first base. So I'm taking the frontline starter over Florentino if I'm looking at it from a list perspective. What do you think?
Yeah, that was an audible decision last second from Aram where we put out the list and he goes, wait, should we switch him real quick? And we ended up making that call. And then that's right before Seth had his big outing this week too. And I think that is going to end up being the right decision there. Like you said, Florentino is absurdly talented, but I think that just goes to show just how talented Seth is as to a knock on Florentino in the sense that Seth could be a top 15 prospect in the game, not just pitching prospect, but top 15 prospect in the game by like a couple months from this point. So,
Jay, there's a couple guys that didn't make the list. Out of the other names to watch, who do you think was the most difficult to leave off the top 15?
that's a tricky one, man. There was a bunch of guys that we highlighted that I liked a lot. I want to say, honestly, Reynolds Navarro was the trickiest to leave off the list. Scott, you sold me on the stuff. I'm not going to lie. You really did. And then looking more into the pitch.
It's silly. It's it's like a 25 inches of induced vertical break on his fastball. I mean, it's just stupid.
Yeah, you got the 27 once, and on the pitch plot, it's literally off the pitch plot whenever you're looking at it. It's just some of the control concerns there were something that Aram and I were a little bit concerned about, and that's why we elected to leave him off the list. But another guy that I want to touch on here, too, you guys have mentioned in the same episode, Connor Whitgriff, we put on the honorable mentions names to watch section of this. We were the only outlet to name him at all. Like whether it was actually rank him or put him in honorable mentions, we were the only ones to rank him at all. And when Aram and I were sitting down and going through this list, I told him, hey, Whitgriff looks pretty solid. You might want to check some video. He started going through that and he's like, oh yeah, I think this guy could get outs in the big leagues someday. Like this is a guy who could be a back end starter for you. And I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily his future here in Pittsburgh just because of how deep our rotation is, but it's not a stretch to say that this is a guy that could easily be one of the next guys up whenever a couple people graduate from this list soon.
Could he also be a Caleb Ferguson type if starting doesn't work out at the next level? That's why he's not a guy that's going to overpower you from the left side, but he's a guy that I think could be deceptive and have a ton of command with 2 or 3 pitches out of the pen for an inning or two.
Get ground balls too.
Yeah. The pitch mix is beautifully crafted to get ground balls. And I mean, we gave him a 65 future value on his command. Like the fact that he walked 4 whenever you guys were going through the notes, I was like, dang, he really walked 4 just because it's so foreign for him. He's never posted a walk rate above like 5.8% in his minor league career in a full season.
Pretty good.
Like, yeah, pretty good. Nothing crazy, but pretty good.
Love it.
Awesome.
Love it. Well, this is awesome. Go check out the Just Baseball Top 15 list. Also, we're starting to put together a episode. I think we're going to call it Banter Board, right? It's like our draft board. We're going to talk about the draft once a week, highlight a prospect once a week. And then I think there's going to be some written content that follows on our Patreon. So if you're starting to get into the draft content, this is your place to go for all Pirates draft related stuff.
Now, where can fans find that? Can they find that on our regular page or the Patreon?
Patreon. It's going to be all on the Patreon, Bucco Bantr Patreon. We'll link it in the episode description like every episode. And just go there. It's $3 a month. And you're going to get some really in-depth analysis, whether that be over video or written. I think you're going to get some really good content ahead of the draft in July.
Spreadsheets, even.
Spreadsheets, yep.
And you get early access to all the interviews. Next week's interview, let me just think off the top of my head. We got some stored away. Let's go Brent Iredale next week. That's an interesting one. We'll go Brent Iredale. You can get that interview starting tomorrow on Patreon if you are a member. Again, only $3. And then make sure you RSVP to the tailgate this weekend, the Bucco Bantr tailgate, presented by Cinderland, Smashed Waffles, Caliente Pizza, Tom's Tents, Brave Bean, and Sports Card Junction. I got them all. There we go. It's going to be a blast. Saturday starts at noon. Games at around 4:05, 4:10. So we'll head in around 3:30. We'll have a great time down on the North Shore. Make sure you stop on by. We will take a quick break here, and then we'll be back with right-handed pitching prospect Zander Mueth. Joining the show now is Pirates pitching prospect Zander Mueth. Zander, welcome to the show, man.
Hey guys, thank you.
How's spring training going so far? You've been with the system for a little bit. Any different vibes this year? How's the arm feeling?
It's been good so far. Arm's feeling really good. The vibes have been fun. Like, I think we have a good group of guys in the system where, we all have fun with each other. Like, nothing's too serious. Like, I mean, we all know we're competing for jobs, but we just all have that connection where like we all want each other to do well. So it's been fun.
Zander, I got to ask. I was a pitching guy myself, so when I see you a low 3/4 arm slot and you get a lot of movement on a ball, you remind me of like Tanner Houck a little bit.
Yeah.
Is there a guy that you model your game after? And what do you think? What advantage does that arm slot give you, especially against lefties and righties?
ever since I was young, I mean, I grew up in the age of DeGrom, and so that's been my guy. And, you know, now Dustin May, I mean, I like to model him after him, you know, the same sinker movement and everything. And, I mean, kind of helps me out getting away from barrels, like in games, you know, limit the damage. It's been nice, but this year we kind of made some changes, or end of last year, early this year, we made some changes to the arm slot, get more vertical with the fastball, just working, kind of getting back to where I was in high school. I was a little bit higher and it dropped whenever I got here, so we're trying to get back to that arm slot and, you know, help my stuff work better.
What goes into that? Is it watching video, analytics, getting in the lab? How do they make that adjustment?
For me, it was a lot of video watching, and, you know, luckily here, Vic Black got me with the driveline pulse to kind of track my throwing all off season, figure out where the arm slot was, and that kind of helped, just being able to put numbers and seeing the good range where we're at, and I can see it every throw, and just making sure I'm there kind of helped with the consistency of that.
How about the adjustment from high school ball to pro ball? I mean, you come from up north, so it's probably not like you probably don't see a bunch of top prospects in high school. What was that like coming from there to here facing pro hitters?
To be honest, wasn't too much of a difference. I mean, where I'm from, my conference is really good. Like, my conference, we had the back-to-back state champions, and I mean, legendary coach there. They were ready for me, so you know. The challenges up there weren't too much of a difference to down here now, but you know, obviously, like trying to I don't know, like mold everything like to where everything's consistent, because in high school it was kind of but now just, you know, like just the depth of the lineups really. Like, I mean, 1 through 9 here, you pretty much have hitters.
No breaks.
So, yeah, it's no breaks. So like that's kind of been the biggest adjustment, but like I think the top of the order is like not much different from whenever it was in high school.
What's the pitch arsenal now, and has that evolved over time as you've continued your professional career?
Right now, 4-seam, sinker, changeup, and slider. It's changed. My first year was just 4-seam, slider, changeup, and then ever since we changed the arm angle, we moved to 4-seam, and then seam shifted to sinker, and then sliders tightened up a little bit, and the changeup a little bit more depth.
Zander, you spent some time with Bradenton last year at the affiliate level. What has been the main focus for you this offseason?
Really just command. That's hitting the target. It's keeping the eyes on the target. That's helped me a lot. You know, just trying to be in zone a lot more. Because I mean, churn out on them. They told me, they were like, dude, you threw 250 pitches in the zone, and you have 1 extra base hit. So wow. Just throw it in the zone. That's been the goal. Is challenge them. Challenge them. Like, whenever I'm in zone, like, stuff plays. So.
What's been the biggest mental adjustment? Obviously, baseball is a game of failure. You're inevitably going to go through some rough stretches. How do you handle those times and try and persevere through it?
Really, I mean, the great thing about here is, like, you know, you have a next start. So, I mean, just if I have a struggle, like a bad start or something like that, it's really just onto the bullpen. Like, what work can I get done in that to help my next outing and not fall backwards onto that bad outing?
Zander, last question from me. For Pirates fans that don't know Zander Mueth, what type of player are they getting with you?
Big competitor. I'm going to put everything on the line for the Pirates, you know, for the World Series, to bring one here, and, you know, just 1 through 9, bringing competitive pitches and everything in zone.
Love that, man. Love that. Well, thanks for joining us, man. We wish you the best of luck this year.
Yeah, thank you.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates. And